Let's do it.
Welcome
Thank
to
you for
Chat With.
working with
and
me.
This is one of the coolest cats I know. I say cat because I heard it's not polite to say chicks, but she is one of the best. Now, I'm going to throw the flowers right away to her and her evil cohort, Kimberly Dawn, by getting in touch with these people is I started off on I just got onto Instagram through my morning radio show. And it's actually a show that you could probably identify with, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just had come out of the hospital, and I was a football player, DJ, broadcasting games, that sort of thing. And when I came out of the hospital, I was in the hospital for 70 days. When I came out, I went from that athlete guy, the baseball pitcher, that sort of thing, to a guy who's now in a wheelchair. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself, but as you can imagine, I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't in a depression or anything. It was one of those, it is what it is. You take life as it comes sort of deals. Similar to what you were going through with your ear. And one day I was just doing things for my radio show, getting ready to get back on the air and that. And I joined on to Instagram, and I was looking at different pages and things like that for different artists and subjects and things like that. And I came across Kimberly Dawn. That dancing fool. I mean, like, she just knows how to pick up a day. And then as I followed her, and then it says people you may want to follow or whatever. Your name came up. So I thought, you know what, I'll check this out because it says a common friend is Kimberly, and 10 to 1, she's probably somebody that Kimberly trusts, and I trust Kimberly. And I got watching one of your videos. The first video I saw was one of your morning videos. You're making your smoothie or your juice. And I can't remember the song, but it was
pre-workout. My pre-workout drink.
Yeah, it was a classic rock tune, and you were doing lip syncing to it and dancing and enjoying the morning. and you were bubbly and your spirit was up. The song was the way I play my morning show, which is like I play stuff like The House is Rocket by Stevie Ray Vaughan. But I just, as a matter of fact, played the new Motley Crue song, Dogs of War, today as my big show artist of the day. And so you get the idea of the pace that I like.
Yes. And that was my song this morning.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was. The Motley Crue t-shirt and the blue workout pants. See that page?
Yes.
Just in case.
God, you're good.
But anyway, long story short, to get to what the subject to you, I got a kick out of how you always take your powder and you put the lid on and then you hook shot it. I always got a kick out of that. And I always said to myself, she's got a good hook shot. And then I watched and I saw how happy you were and upbeat and things like that. So I delved a little bit into you and what you do. And I found out you're a health and wellness coach. You're an author. So my first question is, going through what I've seen, which isn't a whole lot, because I'm not that guy. I'm not like, I need to know everything about you sort of deal till now. So my question is, were you always that bubbly girl when you were growing up, or were you just like a normal child, had a good childhood, enjoyed life, and things just progressed as you got older?
That's a really good question. First of all, let me rewind back to you calling me a cat. I can totally relate to that. My brother is 4 years older, and he and his dude friends, that's what they called chicks. They called them cats. And I remember that so vividly. So as soon as you said I was a cool cat, I like this, my brother just like right in my head. So thank you for calling me a cool cat. I can't wait to tell my brother Mike I'm a cool cat. Number one. Number two is, yes, Kimberly Dawn is an abundance of a positive energy. She is an incredible nurse. We met on TikTok, didn't even realize we lived 35 miles from each other till about a year into being friends. It was wild when we found out we actually live close to each other. And I'm blessed to have her in my life. She she's that kind of friend where you can be your most authentic self all the time, no holds barred. As far as me and my energy and this personality that you see, the honest truth is I've always been a very positive person. My mom tells the story all the time that I was the happiest child she'd ever seen in her life. She's like, literally from the day you were born, you were just a happy child. And so I guess I have that in my DNA. My grandmother is she's in heaven. My grandmother, my father's mother, is likely the most positive human I've ever met in my life. So there's some DNA stuff going on there. However, that being said, and I was a cheerleader in high school. I'm sure you're shocked to know. But so I had a lot of energy and a lot of positive energy growing up, but nothing what you see today. So for most people, we get to 50 and something very cool happens, and it makes me sad that we spend all these years worrying about aging and yet this is the coolest decade I've ever been in my life. Turned 53 years ago and got on TikTok 4 years ago. And the culmination of, I guess, both being 49 and getting on TikTok or whatever. The reason I say TikTok is because there is no community on any social media platform like that. The acceptance of your genuine, most authentic self is so freeing. It's so freeing. So coupled with aging, where you stop giving a shit. I hope it's okay to say shit on your account. My book has the F word in it, so I guess between the two, I'll be all right. You stop really worrying about what people think about you. So I spent a lot of my life, I call it tempered Mary. Like I would say I was about 75% of what you see today, meaning I tempered this extra energy that you see from me today because you're just fearful people aren't going to get it. You know, they're not going to get you. They're going to think you're weird. And I wanted to be accepted. I mean, especially in school, you know, all that stuff. So no, I wasn't always like this outwardly, but I was always like this inside. And so it is extremely exciting to just let it out. Those who get it and enjoy it, that's awesome. Those who don't, I really don't care. Scroll on, all the things.
Yeah, and that's the very cool thing. Like I said, it was like just the vibe that I got from you and from Kimberly, um, that really picked me up. For Kimberly, I think it was just because I'm not sure how it is down where you are in Florida, but up here in Canada and Ontario, it's very a very bad situation for nurses. There's not enough nurses for the people that are here, and the nurses are working
Very much so.
well. Kimberly works monstrous shifts. You've seen it yourself. And so
Yes.
when I was in the hospital, I did everything, no matter how badly I felt, and I was very, very sick when I came in. I did everything I could to be pleasant, like maybe not happy, but you know, like it's how are you? Thank you. You know, I appreciate it. We have to take your blood, and they were doing that constantly, and giving me IVs and things like that, and you know, and just needles after needles after needles after needles, and like I was just like, they're apologizing, and I'm like, don't worry about it, it's fine, I get it, don't worry, don't you know, and to see her have that energy, I wish that that energy could be projected to those nurses that are working so hard, and that they could all have that vibe. Now, tying that to you, which is the key here, how do you project that to the people that you deal with on a daily basis? Your clients, the people at your retreats, people that you meet in public at book signings, things of that nature. Does it resonate on them? Like, do you feel that the vibe coming back from them as well?
Oh God, yeah. I feel that energy through the screen. So I go live 4 times a week on TikTok. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after my workouts, so around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Friday nights, we do a little happy hour at 6:30 p.m. And they say to me all the time, thank you for the energy. And that's what I say on my lives is, look, I'm sharing my energy. go do something with it. Take this energy and go be, positive coworker, go kiss your spouse, go follow your dreams, get your workouts on, whatever it looks like. But don't waste this energy that I'm sharing with you. But what I tell them all the time is you think, because they're always like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said, you're welcome. But what you don't realize is that I get that energy back from you. I can't see your face, which I hate, in your live, just your own mug. I'm like, I wish I could see your beautiful faces, but through your comments and your hearts and all the things, I feel it. And my community calls themselves Mary's Crew, like Motley Crew. And they named themselves. I don't think I'm that great that I need to have a name for my community, but they did. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, Crew, you have no idea how much I look forward to going live with you and getting that energy from you. Then when I meet them, if I should meet them at the workshops, book tour workshop, or we don't do a meet and greet because it isn't about me. This is all about us. So I don't like when people are like, do you do meet and greets? No, I do a meet up. Come meet me because I want to meet you too, right? We're going to meet each other. So we've done concerts together. We did Crew and Def Leppard and the stadium tour. We did that 2 years ago, I think it was. And of course, the workshops, they get to meet people. They many people just break down and cry and they hug me and they're just like, your energy is so much on camera, but it's even more in person. It's almost hard to absorb it. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but so yeah, this is real. And when you meet me in person, it might be even realer type of thing. But I know God gifted me this way on purpose. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to, and that's the thing as I got older that I started to realize is this is a slap in the face to God creating this. It for me not to project it 100% to his people and his kingdom and allow them to do whatever they want with it. Right. So hence the writing of the book and the sharing of all of this. There's health and wellness principles, but there's also my energy in there. And so it's incredible to meet people in person, but that energy is still felt like even through a screen, even though I can't see their faces.
Now,
And the thing with the morning, just so you know, just kind of back up for your audience to have an understanding, because I get this all the time. The whole like morning video, I never made a video. I've been doing, making my pre-workout drink for 16 years now. And I had a mutual colleague who was here staying with me for a weekend. This was like maybe, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, more 8 or 9 years ago. And I always put a jam on because it's like, we need the music, right? We got to get the music to get pumped up, and I'm making my pre-workout and it's Oh Dark 30. And she said, why don't you record that and post that? And I'm like, oh, hell no. First of all, I can't dance, all the things. And she said, no. It's not about the dancing. It's about you, your energy, the song, all the things. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. She said, so just test it and see. So I put this video up. Well, the comments came back. And so when people, the haters, the trolls, the creepers, all the things happen, that just happens with social media. When all the haters say, and just today, I just responded today, it happens all the time and it will continue to happen. Wow, you really think a lot of yourself, or you can't sing, or you can't dance, or do you have any talent? What you're doing is not talent. They're missing the whole point. The whole point behind the morning video is to share my energy, to share my joy, so that other people can take that and go do with it what they will. But it's really more about the song, because we all connect with our Gen X 80s rock music. I mean, that's my avatar, my ideal client. That's what she loves. That's what he loves. And so the people that just don't get it, honestly, you just smile and say, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Or
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. That's what I try to get across in my morning show. My rule of thumb is don't play a ballad. I try not to play a ballad, but every so often you come across that ballad that's just too good not to play.
Or some of them have just so much energy. We played a bunch this morning and I was like, wow, you know what? There's a lot of energy in some of our 80s ballads. That's why they were called power ballads.
Yep. Like one of the ones that I play, and it's basically my signature sign-off song every day, is Mike and the Mechanics. but it's the new version of
Oh,
Mike and the Mechanics because a buddy of mine is the lead singer for the band now,
oh,
Tim
no
Howard.
way.
Yes, and just like the song tells the listeners how I feel about them. It's over my shoulder,
Yep.
and basically gives me that
Mm,
opportunity to thank them for listening, for being a part of my life, allowing me to be in their homes, at that
mhm.
early hour in the morning. I hope that I entertained you just a little bit, and and it's just my way of saying, you're special to me.
I love that.
And is that basically what you're saying with your songs in the morning? It's like,
It,
good morning. It's a beautiful day. You're beautiful people. Let's
yep.
enjoy the day together, even if we're
Mhm.
apart.
100%. It's exactly what the message is behind that video. It seems like it's about me and my body and the this and that, but it's the Mary's crew understands I'm just the face of the video. Somebody's got to be in the video. Somebody's got to be the face of the live. It's way more about the energy of the song, the joy, me saying, hey, listen, regardless of what's going on, let's go have a kick-ass day. Let's go Monday. It's funny that you should say that about making them laugh in some way, because I say all the time to my followers, who I call friends, all I can pray for is that my content impacts your life in a positive way, or at least entertains you in some way. um, because laughter and joy and all the comedy stuff that I do, which you may or may not have latched on to, the comedy stuff that I do, that is a positive impact on somebody's life. If somebody has had a really bad day and they didn't smile all day, or they haven't laughed all day, to run across a piece of my content that makes them laugh, that gets your endorphins going. I mean, let's just talk, physiologically, that can change your whole day. So, you know, I mentor other business owners who have a health and wellness business, and a lot of them will say, well, what does your comedy content have anything to do with your business? It has everything to do with my business, because number one, I am more than just health and wellness. I am a very well-rounded person who happens to love football and comedy and 80s rock music and health and wellness and faith and dogs and all these things, right? And so we're in a relationship business, so are you. And so it's about building a relationship with our amazing friends. And oh, by the way, I'm a health and wellness coach. Of course, that's what I do for a living. But sharing the comedy and getting people to smile or laugh has everything to do with health and wellness. Like we got to get healthy between the ears before we can ever start working on the glam muscles. So get the endorphins going.
Yeah, and it's better you're doing it than I'm doing it anyway. Just, just the aesthetics of the whole thing. And I have way less talent than you do.
Listen,
But
can't dance.
that's it. Can't dance, can't sing. That's what the shower's for.
That's right.
And just continuing on with this, we have such a great um opportunity that both of us have in what we're doing with your segments. Your segments in like 3 or 4 minutes can take somebody from 0 to 60 in happiness in a heartbeat
Mm,
with
I
just
know.
a simple song.
Hmm.
Um, like I know I get it. I just love your choices that you make, like Bon Jovi, Motley Crue. Just a couple of the examples. AC/DC the other day. Um,
Hmm.
just for me, it's what I call toe tap and bum wiggle music. If I can make your toes tap or your bum wiggle, I'm a happy guy. And
Yeah,
uh
it's true.
and what I do like in my morning show is I have a theme to start my morning show, which is, do you remember the old show Sunrise Semester? Dun,
I
dun,
don't think
dun,
so.
dun, 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 dun. Well, I play 30 seconds of that theme, and
Okay.
then I hit you. I hit you with The House Is Rockin'. I hit you with
Nice.
Roll Over Beethoven. I hit you with Living on a Prayer. And I
Nice.
mash them together. And you never know what I'm going to hit you with next. Shake a Tail Feather by the Blues Brothers. Just
Oh, good
whatever
song.
strikes me at that moment. that, and it's kind of to shock your system, get you, because you're like, it's nice and soft to start off the day, and then it just hits you. And that's what I find your songs do. They take me, because I catch your videos sometimes the next day, because I'm getting ready for a morning show starting at 8 a.m. So I'm up at
Right.
6. So I'll catch a video and I'm dead to
The
the
next
world.
day.
It's dark out. I don't want to do this. I want to just go and have a nap. And you pick up my spirits. And for that, I
Mm.
thank you. But
Oh
I have
gosh.
one question that I haven't asked you yet that's been driving me crazy for quite a while now. Before, when we made the original uh agreement to do the interview before you had your ear ailment, um, I went and I did a little research. Did you ever figure out what a beach bod was?
Beach bod, like Beachbody?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the Beachbody is the company I partner with, and Beachbody is no longer called Beachbody. It's actually called Body now, BODI, because they're on the New York Stock Exchange. And the CEO of Beachbody actually has hated the name since the day they created it back in 19, I don't know, 96, 97, because it never really was about a beach body. But they were in Southern California, and that's just what they were sitting at a restaurant that was on the beach, and that literally was just what they wrote on a napkin. And so it's never really been about a beach body. And so I'm really glad when they went public and got on the New York Stock Exchange that they changed the name to BOD. Beachbody on Demand is what BOD stands for. So no, there is no such thing as a beach body, because honestly, and I really do mean this as a health and wellness coach, everyone is on their journey, and healthy looks different for everyone. And so one of the things that it happened again this morning, it happens all the time. And I know people mean it as a compliment. So I don't come at people, but I certainly take a minute and call it out. It's like nails on a chalkboard when I hear people say, I wish I had fill in the blank, or I wish I fill in the blank. And so, in a complimentary way, people will say, I wish I had your body, or I wish I had your arms or your abs, or whatever. And again, I roll my eyes, not because I don't understand that it's a compliment, but because why are you wishing for it? Why can't you have it? And so, my message is whether you're 100 pounds overweight and on your journey and really trying to get, to a healthy weight, whatever that looks like, or you're at your maintenance weight or whatever, we're all on a journey. And when you look at someone, you don't know if they've already lost 100 pounds, and they might still have 100 to lose, right? And so I never judged anyone on purpose, but as you're younger and you don't know any better, you think certain things when you see people. I don't think anything now, because I have no idea what's going on with that person. They could be literally living a healthier lifestyle than me. They're just working their way, to the goals. And so I really hate the thought of a beach body. What the hell is that anyway? That's nothing. That's just put your bathing suit on, go to the beach, and feel really good in your own skin. One of my closest friends for years is on her journey, was 365 pounds. She still has about 80 pounds to lose. She demands a room every time she walks in it. She will put on whatever she feels comfortable in, and feels hot, sexy, confident, all the things, shoulders back, head held high. We walk in a room together. And to me, I'm so enamored by her. I'm like, God, I wish every woman, man, everything had that level of, say what you will, I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, because I'm doing the right things and I'm making my way. And so I say to your audience, please do that. Please work on that. And the only way you get to that level of confidence, regardless of what your physical body looks like, is if you work on this muscle right here. And that is something you have to do every single day. So every single day, at least 10 minutes. You don't have to find 10 minutes. You just anchor it right onto something else you're already doing. You can listen to personal development, something positive, while you're brushing your teeth and washing your face. That's what I do in the morning. Oh, dark 30, press play, phone sitting there, brush teeth, wash face, put myself together. And that positive, whatever I'm listening to, a book, a podcast, or whatever, it's just going in my head, and it is getting this muscle. Honestly, it's putting the armor on and preparing me for all the BS that's getting ready to come my way from social media and the government or the people in the neighborhood or whatever. And so people are say to me, how do you build that level of confidence? You do this activity very intentionally every day. And I do want to say this before I forget, because I'm old like that. People do ask me a lot. It's a very, very common question of, what do you attribute your positive energy? I mean, what do you attribute that to? And my answer is three things: strong faith, good health, and surrounding myself with people that lift me up and they don't drag me down. And so the surrounding yourself with people, first of all, when you have strong faith, you turn a lot of stuff over. So you don't sit and dwell on it. You turn it over. Okay. When you have good health, it's a lot easier to be a positive person when you feel good than when you feel like shit. I can attest to that. You can attest to that recently. But the surrounding yourself with people that lift you up and they don't drag you down, I will just say this. We become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Who are your 5? And you may say very quickly, because I know what's going through everybody's head right now, well, some of the people that I have to spend the most time with aren't very positive people. Okay, me too, right? We all have people like that in our lives. But I guarantee you it's not more than maybe 1 or 2. The rest, you can very intentionally change. And listen, there are a lot of people in my life in this 5 that are on social media. So don't think that I'm talking about just physical people that you're physically around you. If you're consuming someone's content on a regular basis a lot, and that person is talking about the sky is falling and politics this and religion that and all this negative stuff, that's affecting you. That's affecting you.
And that's something I stay away from. I stay away from religion discussion and politics discussion because it gets into such hate, and that's not for me. But now
didn't we learn that as a kid? Didn't we learn that as a kid though? Right? Don't talk about it. Okay.
Exactly. And now let's talk about your pet project, your book. Now, because of the CRTC up here in Canada, they're cranky. I'm going to paraphrase the book. The book is titled Eat the Freaking Pizza.
Right.
But if you buy the book, kids, you'll know what the word is.
It doesn't even have the U. It's effing. It's effing.
That's it. And it's a book that is near and dear to your heart. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay. The first thing I need to tell you is why the title. Okay. Here I just told you how faith-filled I am. And let me tell you, I knew when I held firm on the title, because I had chosen the title in my head years ago. And when I held firm on it, I knew there were going to be a lot of people that wouldn't buy the book. And that is what it is. That's in life with everything. The reason behind the title is, number one, I love pizza. Like, if I were on death row and like, what's the last meal? It would be pizza. But what the title is really trying to say is you have to live life in moderation. Okay. Or you're not. So a lot of people who are getting started on the health and wellness or trying to get restarted, everyone's trying to do everything perfect, right? I gotta have eat perfect and never miss a workout. All these things have to be perfect. And that is the reason why people think that is because that's what the health and wellness industry is constantly pumping at everybody. Get these little cute containers and put your chicken and broccoli and rice, all this shit. And everything has to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And for me, I was a chronic yo-yoer. So most of my adult life, I would do good for about 3 months and then I would fall off the wagon. Then I would do good for 3 months and I'd fall off the wagon. So I haven't always been healthy. I'm healthier at 53 than I was in my 20s. I mean, because I didn't know. So the concept behind the title is you eat the pizza, just don't eat it every day. You have to learn life in moderation. It's extremely important. The subtitle is Simplifying Healthy to help you live with rock and vitality. So obviously the rock and vitality, because I love the music and all the things, but the simplification is probably the biggest component of the book is, look, I'm going to take all this overcomplication that the health and wellness industry overcomplicates health 10 ways to Sunday. One day eggs are healthy, one day they're not. I'm going to take all this overcomplication, macros, micros, all these calories. Some days you're doing it this way, some days you're, and I'm going to simplify it for you because that's what I did for myself. Back in 2008, I figured out how to simplify all this complication and follow these principles. And I haven't fallen off the wagon for 16 years. So the book is only 43 pages, and that's exactly what it is. It's the simple principles that I applied to my life, changed my life, and now I apply it to hundreds of thousands of my clients, and it's changing their life. So that's the concept behind the book.
Now, that's a fantastic concept. I love the way you kept it nice and concise, especially with people these days. They don't have a huge attention span. And I don't mean that in the sense of they're slow or anything. I mean in the sense of there's so much going on
Nobody
with
does.
social media and TV
Yes.
and binging
Hmm.
and, you know, and work and a family and all that. So I
One of the
like that it's
biggest
2 cents.
compliments in Thank you. One of the biggest compliments in my Amazon reviews and my TikTok shop reviews is that they like that it's short. And I took out all the fluff and tons of pictures and I just got right to the point.
So how can we get the book, and is it available up here in Canada?
Yes, it's on Amazon. And there is a link in the bio on all my social media platforms, or if you could provide it to them. It's on Amazon. I did read it, so there is an audiobook. My voice isn't the best in the world, but it's me talking to you, and that was the most important thing. So it's Audible, Kindle, digital, e-version, and the hard copy on Amazon.
And just before I let you go, you just recently won an award. You had
Yes, I
got a
did.
chance to go down to Vegas. Tell us a little bit about the award.
You know what? I'm really proud of this, not because it has anything to do with me. This is a we thing. Again, goes back to Mary's crew. The award is fitness expert. And so the Cheer Choice Awards are put on by an organization called Spread the Cheer USA. Spread the Cheer USA is basically trying to recognize positive creators on social media. And they have all 43 different categories between fashion and makeup and dancers and singers and fitness. And so you get nominated by someone nominates you, and then the voting process ensues. And just to be nominated, I was so honored, and then to be in the top 5, and then to bring home the award for Mary's crew. They voted their fingers off. God bless them. But it really is. I don't know. It's just cool that people are recognizing me as an expert in health and wellness, and seeing that I can help them in some way to live their best life.
Yeah, and with that, where can we see you? Where can we come and see you? Buy your book, maybe get it autographed, say hello. Have you
Yes,
got
that'd be
you've got
awesome.
I know you've got a book signing coming up in Chicago, I believe it is.
Yep, it's this weekend, Saturday. So what I decided to do, instead of doing book signing where people just come meet me, again, the meet and greet thing like feels weird. Like I'm really not anybody. Well, I mean, I wrote a book.
Okay,
but,
the meet up.
I mean, I'm somebody. I'm God's favorite. I am somebody. But the concept is, I didn't really want people to just come meet me, let me sign the book. I wanted to help them apply the principles in this book to their life. Like I really want to help them to feel their best. So I decided to make it a book tour workshop. So it's half a day. It's 5 hours. And the first 4 hours were in a meeting room in a hotel. And essentially, I'm going through chapter by chapter and really helping people to understand the principles in the book, helping people write goals, a roadmap to achieve their goals. And then the last hour, we go down to the bar and we have pizza and drinks together. We have a happy hour together, which is really fun. So this weekend is Chicago, and it's not too late. If you want to come and see me in Chicago, I got space for you. Again, the workshop is 1 to 6, so it allows people to travel in the morning if they want to drive or fly or whatever. Chicago this Saturday. We've got Atlanta in July the 13th.
Love that.
Here in Sarasota. Here in Sarasota, Florida, August the 17th. And then my hometown of Baltimore, October the 19th. And all of that, I am Mary Schrank on every social media platform. So whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, Mary Schrank, you'll find me. And there is a link in my bio, which will have a button for the book and the book tour workshop if you're interested in finding out more information.
Now, just one of the things I want to mention just before I let you go, and I am going to let you go, is that you're not just a health and wellness coach. You're not just an author. You're not just a great person, but you also are a spokesman for a lot of different items. So people that want to find out different things that may help them out in their lives, like today, the curling iron.
Curling iron. So here's the deal.
Just as an example, they can find those as well on TikTok. So if you're interested in finding out like different things, that's the place to go, is to your TikTok channel, because you talk about all those products and that.
I do.
And I
When
just think it's
people, when
very
you
cool.
start to have, thank you, when you start to grow a following, the brands are very smart to come to an influencer, if you will, or someone with a good following and say, hey, listen, we got this widget. Would you like to promote it for us? And I say no to probably 95% of those offers. I will only promote something I absolutely love or I use myself, right? So the curling iron or the certain clothes. And so if you ever hear me talking about anything, I promise you it's because I've tested it, tried it, absolutely freaking love it. Um, but the TikTok shop, it's unbelievable how it works. It's unbelievable the amount of money things are in the shop. They're way cheaper than you would get things on like Amazon or out in the community. So yeah, come to my TikTok channel, come to my shop. You'll see some of my absolute favorite things.
And with that, I want to thank you for taking some time for me. I got to tell you, um, for me, this was a very enlightening interview for me. I
Mm-hmm.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I finally got a chance to meet you, which was something I was looking forward to.
And I
You,
gotcha.
like I said, you pick up my spirits every morning, and you get me
Mm-hmm.
ready to do what I do over 5 hours. You do in 3 minutes. And I
Thank you.
invite you at some point to drop by and catch the morning show if you can. It's
Okay.
on catpowerhit.ca from 8 a.m. till
Yes.
1 p.m. So if you get a chance, drop by. You'll hear some of your favorite songs. Maybe you'll
Yay.
dance. Maybe you'll tap your shoes. It's great because we're your at work radio station.
Love it.
And I want to thank you for taking your time to spend with us. I
Of
think that
course. Thank
the
you.
listeners are going to benefit from what we talked about. And I invite everybody to join her on her social media. And I think
Thank
that
you.
it will be well worth your time. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. Just go on, check out a few of the videos, check out a few of the posts, and it can do nothing but make your life just a little
Mm.
bit more pleasant. And with that, I
Thank you,
thank you
Sam.
very much.
Thank you. I'm honored that you had me. I really truly am. Thank you for having me. And everyone just go live your best life. Don't don't try to be someone else. Just feel your best, live your life. Last half, best half, baby. Last half, best half.
And you know what we're gonna do? Because it's something
Yeah.
I do when I interview the different musicians. I always ask them to pick a song of
Oh,
theirs.
kickstart my
Uh,
heart. Kickstart my
Kickstart.
heart.
All right. With that, I want to thank Mary Schrank for being with me today. We have a great show for you next week. I'll tell you all about it during the week. But in the meantime, this is Kickstart My Heart. You are listening to a
Let's
chat
go.
with Mary Schrank right here on KPHR, Clarimore's best classic rock.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Be good. Love you all. Bye bye.